Brother Solin has the number one, the word absolute is used to describe a word that can stand by itself and doesn't need another or other words to add to its meaning, which is correct. Sister Hooper had this to say about this question. Number one, when a word does not need another to add to its meaning, when it can stand by itself without depending on another word, it is absolute. Okay, so she's saying the same thing. We go back to the discussion of the test. The second question is, in the sentences below, circle the word that is in the absolute state. And I have for A, ish is circled. Notice that ish does not depend on another word or words to complete its meaning. Who ish means he is a man. Then B, he isha, which means she is a woman or she is a wife. Notice that isha does not have any word or words following after it, and so it is in its absolute state. A word does not need another word to complete its meaning. So the examples here are ish and isha. Let us see what Brother Solin wrote in his answer. Number two, there are A, ish, which means a man, isha, which means a wife or a woman. And that is correct. Let's check what Sister Hooper said about that. Who ish? He is a man. So she circled ish, she circled man. He, isha. She is a wife. She circled isha here, she circled isha, and she circled a wife here. So these are examples of nouns that are in their absolute state. They don't require or depend on another word or words to complete their meaning. We go back now to the discussion of the test. Number three, what does the word construct mean? Answer is, a word needs one or more words to complete its meaning. Let's see what Brother Solin wrote. He wrote, number three, construct is the word that refers to a word that is relying on one or two words to add to its meaning. In that case, a makeh, which means binder or binding, should be added to the upper left of the word that is in the construct state, after which the other word or words may be added to describe further the word that is in the construct state. This is a comprehensive answer, and it is correct. Just want to point out here, Brother Solin,
Yes.
he didn't have the S in the word is, and instead of he, you had a T. You had makeh instead of makeh. So the letter that is in the red is the correct letter.
Yes.
All right. But I still gave you full marks for your answer. It is comprehensive and correct. Let's see what Sister Hooper had to say about number 3. Sister Hooper wrote, when a word needs one or more words to complete its meaning, this word is said to be in the construct state. This is shown by a horizontal line, a macaque, that is placed on the upper left of the word so that the word is tied to the other word to complete its meaning. That is also a complete answer, and it is correct. Going back to the discussion of the test, we now come to the final question, number 4. In the sentences below, circle the word that is in the construct state. Now, how are we going to recognize which word to circle? Because the fact is we're looking for a noun. And we know that Ish, which is a man, is a noun. Elohim, which means God, is a noun. And in the other sentence, Asheth is a noun. It means wife. And Atham is a noun. So circle the word that is in the construct state, or more accurately, the question should read, circle the noun that is in the construct state. Do we have a choice between this noun and that noun? Between Ish and Elohim? We have a choice in this other one between Asheth, which means wife, and Atham, which means Adam. How do we recognize the word, the noun that is in the construct state? Well, look for a horizontal line that is to the left of the noun that is in the construct state. Notice that Ish has a horizontal line that is to the left of it, and this is a sign that it is in the construct state because it is depending on another word, Elohim, to complete its meaning. And in the case of Asheth, notice it has a horizontal line binding it to Ha-Atham, the man or Adam. And this shows that it is depending on Adam to complete its meaning. She is the wife of Adam. And there is a line to the left of Asheth binding or tying this noun to that noun. And therefore this noun is in its construct state because it is not independent. It doesn't stand by itself. It is relying on another noun to complete its meaning. Now, let us look and see what Brother Solin has put. Okay, Brother Solin has put, they are Ish, A, Ish, B, Asheth. Now, remember, in order to distinguish the Ish here in number 4 from the Ish in number 2, we must put a line to the left of the Ish. And we could use this on the Word document by putting a line to the left of Ish. And in the case of Asheth, we could put a line to the left of Asheth. In other words, when we're typing, we could begin with the line and then type ISH. And in this case, we can begin with a line and type ESHETH. So to be complete, to recognize the word that needs another word to complete its meaning, we need to remember to put a line to the left of the ish and to the left of the ashep. That is why I gave you half of 25% for number 4. I'll get back to this shortly, but do you have any comment on number 4?
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
When I analyze it, and as you just explained earlier,
Yeah.
I have to list out, as a matter of fact, if I could have the same Hebrew words before me, but I would circle with the include the Latin. It would have been only the Hebrew word by itself, the word which means another word that means meaning. So that is the reason why I left out the market, which is supposed to be at the upper left. And as I saw in the discussion of the test, we did not circle the Hebrew word with the market, but the Hebrew word alone. That's the reason why I only listed the Hebrew word, but I did not include the market.
Okay, thank you for that explanation.
Yes.
I will come back to you on that. Let us look at what Sister Hooper put for number 4. Okay, number 4. Sister Hooper circled the ish and the makay, although I did not do it in my discussion of the test. But the reason she did that is because the ish is really tied to Elohim by the makay. The same thing is true with this other word, Eshet. It is tied, although she didn't spell the thou properly, this is a mem. It is tied to the other word. I hear what you're saying. All right, I hear what you're saying. Let me go to the previous lesson to see what was said there, on which this test is based.
Yes.
Okay, I'm trying to find my pointer. Here you are. Good. Let me go to that specific place. All right. Okay. Now here you have examples of nouns in the construct state. Who, ish, and I've underlined ish and the makay. Who, ish, and the makay, Elohim, meaning that you recognize the construct state not only by the noun itself, but by the makay that is to the upper left hand corner of the noun. We see it also here. Okay, I didn't underline this one. Okay, I underline it in the English transliteration. You have He, Eshet, Ha-Atham, and Eshet, Ha-Eshet, and the makay are underlined. Not only that, but let's look further. Let's look further. Look at this table.
Yes.
Sus is horse, and it's in the absolute state. Sus with the makay, which is in the construct state, means horse up. So to recognize the noun in the construct state, you need to have not just the noun, but the makay.
Yes, so that's basically the concept. That's how I get it.
Yeah.
So if we recognize the word that is in the construct state, we use the market. So the market identified for us which one is in the contract state. So
Yeah.
I understood that well. The word by itself is
Yeah.
not in the contract state. That's why I took it only.
Yes, I understand.
Yes.
All right, and in the plural, well, in the absolute, you have susim, absolute, no McCabe to the left. But in the construct plural, you have suse, and you have the McCabe to the left. Okay. What I will do, I understand what you have said.
Yes.
I will change your grade. But in the future, remember that, remember.
Yes, I agree.
But not only that, it is not always the case that you have the McCabe in the Hebrew Bible
Yes.
to identify the noun in the construct state.
Yes.
You just have to look at how the words are arranged to see if this noun is dependent on the other noun to complete its meaning.
Yes.
I'm only saying that you should look at the noun and the McCabe to identify the noun in the construct state, because at this level of studying Hebrew, it is less difficult to identify it that way.
Yes.
But it is not always identified with a McCabe to the left.
Yes.
So I will give you your mark. I had two different minds when I saw your answer.
Okay.
I was going to give you 25%, and I saw that you didn't put the McCabe, and I said, no, I'll have to give him half. But I did the very same thing in my discussion, like what you did.
Yes.
So out of fairness, I will give you your full marks for that,
Okay.
which will be reflected. I will send you another graded test. I'm reflecting the full marks for that fourth question later on today. Do you have any further question on this test?
No, sir. It's all clear.
All right,
Yes.
okay. So we're going to be moving on to a new lesson. Let me just check the time. Yes, we have enough time to start this new lesson. Lesson number 26. Okay, lesson number 26 is entitled Possessive Pronoun Endings. Possessive means ownership.
Yes.
It's like the Greek genitive case, which shows ownership. It describes the relationship between the pronoun and that which the pronoun is said to own or have. So we're looking at not just pronouns, but possessive pronoun. I call it endings because it comes at the end of the pronoun. In other Hebrew grammars, they call it suffixes. S-U-F-F-I-X-E-S. Because in English, a suffix is what you place at the end of a word.
Yes.
But I'm trying to make this simple, so I say possessive pronoun endings.
Yes.
Okay, let's see what's happening to this slide. Let me go back to the other one. The general objectives. Number one, to examine possessive pronouns. Number two, to examine the signs of possessive pronouns attached at the end of nouns. Number three, to examine one noun with the signs of the possessive pronouns attached at the end of the word. Okay, so what I'm seeing here is that the ending is a pronoun, but it is attached to a noun. It is put at the end of a noun. to show the relationship between the noun and the pronoun. Number one, for the specific objectives, at the end of this lesson, the students will have defined possessive pronouns. Two, at the end of this lesson, the students will have identified the signs of the possessive pronoun endings. Number three, at the end of this lesson, the students will have practiced the word soos, horse, using the possessive pronoun endings. Okay, now let us look at the definition of possessive pronouns. Possessive pronouns are words that stand in place of nouns so that the noun does not have to be written all the time. And I start with English examples. These words tell to whom something belongs. For example, my laptop. My is a possessive pronoun. Laptop is a noun, but my is a possessive pronoun. Thy laptop, that's the Old English for your laptop. His laptop, her laptop, our laptop, your laptop, referring to your plural, and their laptop. So all those words I've underlined are possessive pronouns, and they stand in a close relationship to the noun laptop. Okay, let me get back over there. Now here are possessive pronoun endings. In the Hebrew language, these possessive pronouns come at the end of words. I'm going to try to move the video so that I can see this better. So, first singular, both masculine and feminine nouns use the same ending. So for the first person singular, both genders, masculine and feminine, use this same ending. The ending is the hirif, the long hirif, consisting of the yod, and to the right-hand side at the bottom, you have the dot. In English, we have it as an I with a horizontal line over it to show that it is a long I sound, but it is pronounced as E, E. So when you have this coming at the end of a noun, you pronounce this ending E, and it means in English, my. I'll soon illustrate it with the noun soos. Second singular masculine is a ka, the simple shua and the ka, which comes at the end of a word, and the kames that is inside of the kaf. So you have a or e ka, E-K-H-A, ekha. And that means thy or your. Second singular feminine is, this is a sire, the long vowel sire, which is a long E sound, pronounced like an A. This is final kaf, and this is a simple shua that is inside of the final kaf. It is pronounced in English as ache, ache. And you use this when you're referring to a feminine noun, thy. Third singular masculine, you have a holem, the waw and the dot above the waw. This is a long O sound, O. And when you see this at the end of a noun, it means his, his. The third singular feminine is Kames, then you have A, and you have what is called a Mapik in the middle of A. It is a sign of the feminine gender, and Mapik brings out the sound of the letter that it is in. It's pronounced ah, ah, and it means her. First person plural is used by both the masculine and feminine nouns. And it is, here is the arrowhead indicating the accent. This is the long vowel sire, the long E sound, pronounced like an A. This is the noon, equivalent to our N. This is the shurek, the long U sound, and written as a U here with a horizontal line over it. It's pronounced enu, meaning our. Second person plural masculine is the simple shua, ek, the kaf, the segol, and the mem, pronounced ekem, ekem, E-K-H-E-M, ekem, meaning your, plural. Second person plural feminine is simple shua, kaf, segol, noon, E-K-H-E-N, eken. You recognize the feminine by the noon ending, the masculine by the mem ending. And it means your. Third person plural masculine is kames, followed by mem, which is am, meaning there. And third person plural feminine is kames, followed by noon, which is an, which means there. So you attach these pronoun endings, these possessive pronoun endings, at the end of masculine and feminine nouns, according to the context. Masculine and feminine nouns. And some nouns share the same ending, whether they're masculine or feminine. Masculine or feminine. So let us go through this. This is E, which is my, ekka, which is thy or your, ek, which is thy or your, o, which is his, a, which is her, enu, which is our, ekem, which is your, eken, which is your, which is there, an, which is there. Now let us illustrate this with one noun. We're using the noun sus. This is the noun sus, samek, shurek, samek, S-U-S, S-U-S. This is the noun. And to that noun, that one noun, we're going to attach at the end of it the different pronoun endings, the different possessive pronoun endings. So we have sus, and to it we are going to attach the first person singular, E. So we have susi. And susi, I've underlined the possessive pronoun here. Susi means my horse. This is first singular ending used in both the masculine and the feminine pronoun. So whether it is a man or a woman who owns the horse, this same ending will apply to both. Whether it is a woman saying my horse or a man saying my horse, they will both use the E ending, susi, my horse, used in both the masculine and the feminine pronoun. Now we come to susika. I've added simple shua, final kaf, and kames, a ka ending. Susika, that is thy horse. second person singular masculine pronoun. Then you have susek. I've underlined the possessive personal pronoun. Susek means thy horse when it is being used of the feminine gender. When you're saying to a woman, thy horse. Second person singular feminine pronoun. Suso, I've underlined the colon. It means his horse. This is third person singular masculine pronoun. Susa, the kamis he ending and the mapik, which is used with the feminine ending. Susa, her horse.
What is that, sir?
Susa,
This is Maki.
repeat that.
There is something that I miss out. This is
Mapik. That M-A-P-P-I-Q. Mapik.
Maki.
Yeah, which
Isn't it with that name?
it looks like a dagish,
Okay.
but it is not a dagish. Because whether it is dagish lene or weak dagish or dagish forte, which is strong dagish, neither dagish is ever used with a. Mapik is only found in a, and it is only found when the a comes at the end of a word.
Yes.
So it looks like a dagish,
Okay.
but it is not a dagish. It's called mapik, M-A-P-P-I-Q, which means it's bringing out. The word mapik means bring out.
Yes.
So it's bringing out the full sound of the a.
Yes.
Susa, Susa. So Susa means her horse, third person singular, feminine pronoun. Then we have Susenu, and wherever you see the arrowhead, it is a sign that this syllable needs to be stressed.
Yes.
Susenu means our horse. This is first person plural ending, used in both the masculine and the feminine pronoun. Susikem, the ekem ending means your. So this is your horse. And this is second person plural masculine pronoun. Susiken, your horse. Second person plural feminine pronoun. Susam, their horse. Third person plural masculine pronoun. Susan, their horse. Third person plural feminine pronoun. So here you have the endings. Here you have the endings.
Yes.
E, eka,